Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to a weekend in my life. It's actually the weekend right before my semester starts, the calm before the storm, as it were. Although last week was kind of a storm too, in preparation and catching up and trying to get back into a routine and all of those things. But it's Saturday morning, I'm feeling good, I'm up, I've been filming already for TBR Crime. I had to film one last review, and then I had to film my intro and outro, so I can edit that today, which is good, it's going up tomorrow. So that's a big goal for the day. Another goal this weekend is some reading. I have some books that I would like to finish. If I could finish My Friends by Fredrik Backman, that would be great, because book club is Tuesday. I'm at 50% though, so we're on track. I'm aiming to read 25% today, 25% tomorrow, and then it will be done. Boom, dusted. I'm also reading a short story collection, so I'd like to make some progress on a couple stories in that. I obviously have to work on 12 TBR's books and all of those things. And I'm also reading Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I don't know that I'll finish that in this video, but I want to be better about talking to you about books as I'm reading them in vlogs instead of just telling you when I finish them, because part of the vlog is the journey, right? And I know that's not how I do some of my other videos like Kindle Clear Out, my 12 TBR's videos, or even TBR Crime, but I'm just messing with something for my vlog, so bear with me as I'm messing with that. Those are two of my goals, and obviously relax, and then I'll spend some time talking to friends and family as well. I have some runs that I'm gonna go on. I have an interval run that I need to do today. I'm kind of excited because it's my first speed workout back, because I took a pretty long break from running near the end of the summer. I'm excited to get back into it. I've only done recovery runs for the past few days to get me back into it, so that should be fun, and we'll see what else we get up to. Probably not much. It's me alone in my apartment. I'm excited about that. Haven't had a weekend like that in a while. This summer was kind of crazy. I really loved this summer, but I am ready to be back in my groove, so you're here to join me. Oh, also, if you didn't know, in case you're new here, I'm a grad student studying legal psychology. Bam, you're caught up. I'm a fourth year student, hooray. So I'm working on my dissertation right now, and things are going good, but the semester is going to be crazy because the goal this semester is to propose my dissertation. That's actually really scary to say out loud, because if I say it out loud on the internet and then I don't do it, I'll feel like a huge failure. But my major professor always reminds me, goals are supposed to be big, and there's supposed to be a chance that you do not hit goals. Otherwise, it's just a to-do list. So that's the goal for the semester. So I'm trying to just take a deep breath before I really have to jump into it. I've of course been working all summer, but the point is, the semester is about to start. It feels like a new beginning. So this weekend I need to take some time, relax, reset myself mentally, and also get some good reading done so that I can focus on school this week and not be thinking about all the books that I have to read, although there are many. I think I'm going to work on importing my footage for TBR Crime. I will not start editing it yet though, and then I want to start on some reading. I was pointing back there as if my Kindle's back there, but it's over here right now. This is what I wanted that to be like. I wanted it to be over there. You can't see it still, I think. It's right there. So I'm gonna get to it. It's gonna be a good day. I have 56 minutes of raw footage. Great. I do feel like that's more than I normally have, but also I think this is the most books I've had to read for an episode of TBR Crime. Just one more than I've had to read in an episode before, but still. Other than that, I don't know why it's so much, but hopefully it will make for a good episode. I'm importing stuff now because there's a lot of footage, so it's taking some time to import into iMovie, but that's fine. While this imports, and honestly, after that for a bit, just looking at this is stressing me out a bit, so I'm going to read. I'm going to make progress on My Friends by Fredrik Backman, so let's go! It's around 12:30, and I'm going to get ready to go for my run. I have about 2 hours left of My Friends by Fredrik Backman, and I know Bailey said she's going to try to finish it today. I'm ahead of her, so I'm I should finish it today too. So 2 hours left of that, and I'm 30 minutes into editing my video, so making good progress there, over halfway. I kind of don't want to do this run just because I feel like it's going to take a lot of effort, but at the same time I think I'll feel really good after. So looking forward to that. Oh, also for lunch I did have a party pizza because they were BOGO when I went to the store yesterday, so obviously I had to get one. Two, because they're BOGO. So I had half of that for lunch, and then carrots. That was yummy and also a good lazy option because I really didn't want to like cook a full lunch because I think I'm out of leftovers, so I have to cook a full dinner. I mean, I have leftover Brussels sprouts, but that does not a whole meal make, you know? Not sure what I want to make for dinner. Maybe pasta, maybe black beans, perchance, maybe shepherd's pie. Those are basically the three main options. For now, shoes on, let's go run. Probably not gonna film anything in there because there are usually other people in there and it's also loud and I don't bring my microphone and all of those things. Lots of excuses just to say like, here's me before my run. Wonder what I'll look like after. Oh, I'm also going to wear my old glasses to run because my prescription didn't change at all. So the world looks the same out of both of these pairs of glasses, but I feel less bad being a sweaty mess in my old glasses, which I do miss while filming because the glare is like not as bad or noticeable in my old glasses. Oh, I also need a headband for my hair because it will get sweaty and it will get in my face and then everything will be terrible. So instead, I'm just gonna put my headband on. Let's go. Strike in a running pose. Ready to run. And here I am after only slightly worse for wear. I actually felt really good about that run. I tend to really enjoy speed workouts, especially just because like the coaching on the Nike Run app, I feel like is better on the speed workouts than on all the others. Now I'm going to get changed into comfier clothes that are less sweaty than this. Gonna clean myself up and then I'll get back to editing and reading. It's gonna be a chill afternoon. Why is it like that outside? It's so gloomy out. It's getting dark in here. I might actually have to turn my lights on, which I usually don't do during the day. Usually just at night, but might need to. I'm exporting my video right now. It's my longest episode of TBR Crime to date. Hopefully it makes for good viewing. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to, right here. It's a fun one. So now I get to spend the rest of the afternoon chilling and reading, which is super exciting. Again, I have 2 hours left of my friends, so if I could finish that today, that would be sick. That would be super awesome. My plans for doing that, though, probably that I'm going to do like one sprint of it and see how I feel. And if I'm in like a reading mood, then I will like read. But if I'm not, then I will trick myself into reading by doing like 10 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of watching YouTube. Since I watch YouTube on double the speed, it means I get like 10 minutes through a video because I have some really long vlogs that I really want to watch. Like the latest episode of Shelve It or Scrap It has come out. Another person was doing a like reading down their TBR challenge that I just saw. They had like an hour-long vlog, so I want to check that out. And I'm also just so behind on my watch later list, but I'm at least going to give myself the chance to just be a reader today. I don't think that's going to be the move, but I will try. And honestly, the only thing that will impact is when in the day I finish the book. Could be in 2 hours, could be in 5 hours. It all depends. It's 4:43 right now, and I'm here to tell you that I just finished reading My Friends by Fredrik Backman, and I'm giving it 4 stars. This was the Shelf This Book Club pick for the month of August, and it was picked by Bailey from Is Bailey Reading. I really enjoyed this book. I've enjoyed all the Fredrik Backman I've read so far, so this is no exception. There were some things about it that weren't perfect, obviously, otherwise it would have gotten a 5-star, but overall I really enjoyed my time reading it. I read it in a span of 3 days, partially because I realized how soon book club was, partially because it was good. This is a story that has 2 different timelines that are woven together in a really interesting way, I would say, because one character, or really multiple characters along the way, are telling a story of a particular summer to another character. So I would consider our main character in the story to be Louisa, and she is a young woman. She's about to turn 18. She's escaped from her foster home, run away, and she's gone to see this painting in person that she's carried a postcard of for years and years and years. And when she goes and she sees this painting, she meets this man, and it turns out it's the artist. And when the artist passes away, he gifts her this painting. And with that, he kind of accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, gifts Louisa his friend Ted. Louisa and Ted are traveling together kind of against both of their volition to try and figure out what to do with this painting and the responsibility that comes with it, because it's a very, very, very expensive painting. That's the main story, but then we're also hearing the story of the summer that the artist first made this painting, because he painted it when he was 14, turning 15, originally for an art competition that his friend Jor, I think that's how you pronounce it, is forcing him to enter. So we get to learn about the artist and his group of friends and this magical summer that they had together. But also, it was a terrible summer. It was magical and terrible all at the same time. And I would say that the same is true of like this book in general. It captures the magic of friendship and how special having your humans is. It talks about your humans a lot and like your people. Yeah, I know that feeling and I love that feeling, and I think Fredrik Backman captured it really well. It also talks a lot about the power of art and how art can save people and impact people and all of those things. And so I really loved the way that they discussed art in this book, especially in terms of like people who are not properly trained as artists and just really have something to say to the world. And so that was beautiful. The dynamics between the different characters were all very interesting, which I think is something that Fredrik Backman does really well. Our persnickety character, because Fredrik Backman, I feel like, has to write a persnickety character in every one of his books, but the one in this book was Ted. And so it's always just so much fun seeing those characters like love people and get a little looser from loving people. I think some of the problems that came up for me were issues with the writing. It was just a hard writing style to settle into at first, because I feel like Fredrik Backman will say something and then go on a tangent about something else that is related but takes you out of the narrative. And so that can be hard to follow sometimes. So getting used to it was a struggle, but once I was in the book, I was in it. And then also, like, I just didn't connect with the characters as much as I could have, because they express themselves so differently than how I express myself. And so even though I thought that their friendship together was magical, I don't think like we would have been friends, if that makes sense, which sounds terrible because they are like really cool human beings. But so I don't know if that's more a condemnation of them or of me, really, to be honest with you. But I do think it captured the feeling of like when you have people, no matter what, that are there for you. And that's such a magical feeling. It's a feeling that makes me really emotional. And so I really loved that part of this book, which is kind of what I was hoping from a book called My Friends. So did that. I'm going to start cooking dinner here shortly, and I'm just going to have a relaxing rest of the night. I might not have any more updates. We'll just have to see. Good morning. Happy Sunday. You are currently propped up on my computer, which is uploading my TBR Crime episode for today right now. Really could not be bothered this morning to deal with the glare on my new glasses, so I just switched to my old glasses to take my thumbnail photo, but this was what I was wearing in it, so that's okay. I just put a sweater on top of my pajamas. This is the life that we're living. Had a relaxing night last night. Wasn't doing anything interesting, so didn't share it. And today, what's the plan? I'm gonna read today for sure. Think it's supposed to be a rest day from running, but I might move my rest days around and just do like a recovery run or something. I also am going to chat with at least my family, maybe some of my friends too. We will see. And last night for dinner, I made shepherd's pie, which was delicious and means I now have plenty of leftovers going into the week, which is so good. And also, my sister had a genius idea, because weeks and weeks back, I, for some reason, made the brilliant decision to carry the most enormous bag of potato and onion pierogies back from Aldi. It's like 1.5 miles to carry the most absurd bag of frozen food. I haven't really known what to do with them. I had some alone once, but my sister was like, since it just has like mashed potatoes in it, what if you served that with your shepherd's pie for extra potato-y goodness? And I was like, that's brilliant. And I tried it last night, and it was, in fact, brilliant. So I will be doing that more. Since I finished My Friends last night, I probably won't be able to finish another book today, but I'd like to make some more progress on The Inheritance and Other Stories by Robin Hobb / her other pen name. I want to make some progress on Hopeless, because I don't think I read a single page of that yesterday. I need to make progress on my current 12 TBRs book. And if I make sufficient progress in all of those, then I could be starting a new book for 12 TBRs, but it all depends how I do on the ones that I'm reading right now, and also how I feel, because if I feel like I'm not jiving with any of my current reads, but I do want to be reading, then I will just switch books. I have just been enjoying a slow morning. It's almost 9:30, and before I worked on uploading this video and like getting my thumbnail done and everything, I just sat here in the time-honored tradition of watching YouTube in bed, one of my favorite things to do. Maybe not my best habit, but one that I enjoy. So I'm just going to finish uploading this video, and then I guess I'll start getting ready for the day, and we'll see where the day takes us. I'm just moving slow this morning, and I have to remind myself that that's okay. It's literally the weekend. Anyway, my theme today is rainbows. I have my rainbow shirt, rainbow cardigan, just a little rainbow in our lives. I haven't read anything yet. I haven't really done anything yet. I keep getting distracted by random things, like my friends saying things in the chat or social media. I'm trying to identify like how I'm feeling and what I need today to be like right now, because I'm not even sure. Part of me wants to read, another part of me doesn't want to read. I could do some video brainstorming because there's still some important videos this year that I need to think about. But I guess I can start with one reading sprint and see how I feel. I think I'm going to start by reading some of Hopeless, because I think if I start with a short story right now, I will end my reading for the day. So I'm not going to do that. Good afternoon. It's now 2:30, and I just wanted to catch you up on what I've been up to. I've largely been reading, actually, because where's my Kindle? Once I started reading Hopeless, I did not want to stop. I started today on 11% of that book, and I am now at 66%. So that's great. I might even finish it today because I have less than 2 hours left of it. Then after I did that for a long while, I had a Zoom call. Not a Zoom call. I had a FaceTime with my sister, which was super nice to catch up with her. I have a full family Zoom call later today, but we like to have a one-on-one sister call at some point on Sundays as well. I'm probably going to get back to reading, but this time I might alternate it with YouTube because I'm also in that mood. I was thinking about it before I updated you, and I thought it might just be a good moment to beef up the vlog a little by talking about this, because really like all I've been doing today is reading, and there's just not much to show when that's how I'm spending my whole day. But if you were wondering how I get so much reading done, part of the time it's just that I've found ways to make it easier for myself to get through some books, but a lot of the time I like to think it's because I do a good job of listening to myself and my wants and my needs, and I feel like this weekend shows both of those things. So like yesterday I really had to get through My Friends. I still enjoyed it, but I did need to push myself to get through reading it. And today I knew that I wanted to get reading done, and with my reading plans for the rest of the year kind of had to get reading done, but I was more flexible in what reading I got done. And so once I found a book I liked, I've been rolling with it. So I think a combination of those two things gets me through. Like sometimes I still want reading to be done even though there is no book that I really want to be reading, and those moments are hard, but I push through them. But oftentimes I'm just reading because I'm excited about it. Sometimes even excited about the book being done with, so that pushes me to read it. Or like yesterday, I was racing Bailey even though she did not know it. That was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I just find so much joy in reading. Like I was sitting there reading Hopeless earlier, and then suddenly like became aware of my surroundings again. And I was like, I'm so glad that I can spend a Sunday just reading this silly little book and nobody's disturbing me. I'm just doing this because I want to. And I was having just a really, really good time doing that. It's partially just a reminder to myself, like this is why I read. And, you know, sometimes even though you enjoy books, you kind of have to push yourself to read them because they are harder to get through. Like My Friends was very heavy, but I still got a lot from it. Some books are just easy to read, and I let those waves take me when they come. I don't know. I just really love books, and I love how silly books can be. Like the premise of Hopeless, so silly. Our main characters, they're like from different families, and one of the families is respected in town and one is not, and it somehow ends up that they become fake fiancés in the hopes that it will make the girl like look better in town because she'll be associated with his family. But really, there's like genuinely no reason for them to do that. And it's not even working, I would say. being actively worse for her now that she's associated with his family in some ways. And so, like, really unnecessary plot device to force some proximity there, but also the characters themselves acknowledge, like, this is a bit ridiculous that we're doing it. Like, this is a stupid idea. And so I just think that's so fun. Maybe you know someone who has had a fake fiance, but personally I've never seen that be a real world thing. So I just think setups like that are hilarious, and I'm having a good time. But with that said, I think I'm going to get back to reading now that I've taken my break to have my call with Michaela and I've updated you. I just want to see what weird shenanigans these people get up to now. So back to it. Oh, also, it's looking like stormy and rainy out, so perfect reading atmosphere, maybe? Although I haven't, like, gone outside today, so maybe I should at some point, but not now. Now I'm going to read. I might try to pace while reading this time. I've not been in much of a pacing mood today, but we'll just have to see. It is 4:19 p.m. and I'm here to tell you that I just finished Hopeless and I'm giving it 4 stars. Everybody else says that this is like their least favorite in this series. I liked it just as much as some of the other ones, so I don't know what all that is about. Maybe it just hit me in the moment when, like, I was really in the mood for this. Regardless, I kind of explained the premise to you earlier when I was talking about, like, them being fake fiancés, whatever. But I guess I'll tell you some more about the characters themselves. Our main male character, Beau, was a special forces person in the army, and he's come back and has a serious case of PTSD. And then our female main character is the local bartender. That's the only place she can hold down a job, not because there's anything wrong with her, but because of what her last name is, because her family's got a reputation in town as, like, the worst. Like, her dad and her brothers, they are the worst. We see that a lot in this story, but she's lumped in with them because of her last name, because they are her family. And so the whole town treats her like trash and won't hire her anywhere else, and just, they're mean to her. That's the situation. They become fake fiancés again to try and help her situation, and things go from there. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed about this book today is just that it made me laugh so many times, and I feel like today that's exactly what I needed. Since school is starting for the semester tomorrow, I could have just felt a lot of dread all day, and I definitely do feel some of that dread, but laughing at this book really helped with that. I also just found these characters charming, like, them together charming, because I feel like some of the overprotectiveness that Beau has, I wouldn't normally like, but our main female character has never really been protected by anybody in her life, and so I liked that she got to feel that care and protectiveness. And so even some tropes that are usually not my favorite, I feel like worked in this case. Other things about this book, I don't know, it just read so quickly. It's like 500 pages, but it absolutely flew by, which I think is something that Elsie Silver always does really well. Like, her books just move, although I do think this is the fastest that I've read one of them. No, I don't think that's true. My favorite book in the series is the 4th one. I'm forgetting the title of that one now. Is it Reckless? I think it's Reckless. And that one I also read pretty quickly, because I start these and then I'm like, wait, this is so fun, and then I can't stop reading. So that's what happened. Was not expecting to finish a book today, as you well know, but here we are, finished a book, feeling great about it. I've also been watching some YouTube while I've been reading. I have my family call in like a couple minutes. Like, my alarm's about to go off to tell me to log on. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll catch up with you later. Also, my shoe is my tripod just then, so shout out to this shoe. My family call just ended and I was inputting Hopeless into my spreadsheet and updating it on Goodreads, and I saw some reviews and I just wanted to come back in and briefly say something, which is that, yeah, the PTSD representation and all the discussions of trauma and whatever that the characters went through in the past, both of them, not handled well, okay? I didn't go into this expecting to enjoy that representation, so when it wasn't good, it kind of just didn't even register in my brain, frankly, which is maybe not good, but, you know, whatever. And so I was still able to enjoy the book around that. I think if it had been done well, there would have been more 5-star potential, because it could have been more emotional and hard-hitting and just good in ways that maybe it wasn't, and like considerate in ways that it wasn't. I don't want anybody to hear my review and think, that I thought it was excellent representation or anything. I just thought it was a silly, goofy, fun time of a book. The characters in this do make light of therapy, the fact that they need therapy, but they are not in therapy. And so I'll just leave you with my opinion on the matter and my general words of wisdom about therapy, which come from my abnormal psychology professor in undergrad. One of the things she said over and over again, it was also an extra credit question on our final, was who should be in therapy? The answer is everyone. Everyone could benefit from therapy as long as they have the right therapist and the right therapeutic goals, but the characters in this book definitely could have used some therapy. My hope for them is that in the fake future, they get it. That was not a primary concern of mine when reading the book, and I feel very fortunate that that was the case for me, that it was easy to overlook those things. Those are my thoughts on the matter. I'm probably gonna figure out what I want for dinner soon, whether I want leftovers or whether I want to cook. Unclear. I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of the night watching YouTube unless I feel like reading, and then I will read. But I've spent the whole day reading, so feels unlikely, especially since none of my other books have grabbed me as much as Hopeless did. That's my note, so later, skaters. Shepherd's pie, pierogies, and Brussels sprouts. And booktube. Yum yum. And just like that, it's Monday afternoon. I spent last night just honestly getting my life together, filled out my bullet journal for the first time in forever because I felt like I needed the organization for my brain to go somewhere. Set out my clothes for today, prepped my snacks to bring with me, all of those things just to make sure I could have a successful first day of the fall semester. I'm going to end this vlog here. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. What is a book that you've read recently that swept you away from reality for a bit? And subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!